And then could you feel like you're bringing the back of your head in line with your upper back? Good. Now, as you take an inhale, perhaps getting a little bit wider with your inhale, a little bit of that 360-degree umbrella breath, and then maybe a sigh. Good. And then again. And noticing how that sigh feels and what you might want to be letting go of, whether it's just a lot of energy in your system, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's fogginess or fatigue. And then you can switch to your Ujjayi breathing if and when you'd like to. So that sound in the back of your throat. And then as you're ready with eyes open, just inhaling. And as inhale, slightly take your chin upwards and notice how it feels through your neck. And exhale, slightly take your chin downward. Not going into any pain, just exploring how the neck feels this morning. One more time like that. Good. And then just coming to neutral. And now inhale, take your chin to the right. So your head is just turning to the right. And exhale, slowly take it to the left. Noticing how the neck feels here. Good. And then coming back to center with your chin this next time, and just inhale, squeezing the shoulders up, and exhale, let them fall. And you can do it kind of quickly. Just inhale up. Good. And then letting them fall, and inhale, let's reach the arms up, 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 noticing how your shoulders and neck feel. And exhale, let's take the arms out to the sides and down, taking the fingertips behind your back. Inhale, let's roll the shoulder heads back. Good. And exhale, release. Good. And I just realized, Kim, I didn't give you a warning, but we're going to use these therapy balls right now. And so we'll take these. If you don't have them, it's just going to be a short little bit. You could always take 2 tennis balls and a sock too. And we're going to use a block. So if you don't have therapy balls, you could simply use your block. All right. So what we're going to do, those of us that have the therapy balls, is we're going to take the double balls in the bag and put them, if you feel on the back of your head for that occipital ridge here. So it's like where the skull kind of curves down. And then you'll find 2 little, if you're going to explore with your fingers, you'll find like 2 little divots. You guys find them like almost like little valleys in the back right below the skull. And we're going to put the balls there on top of the block. Now, if you look at me, when I do this, so when I've got them in the position I'm talking about, you see how my chin is downward, right? So if you find that you're like this, your balls are too low on the neck. Okay, so you just bring them up. Now, if you don't have therapy balls at home, what you can do is just put your head to the front of the ridge on the block or your neck, and you're just gonna kind of work it around and massage your neck, okay? But if you have the balls there, first of all, just notice what it feels like and maybe take a few sighs, just kind of softening your jaw. And then an inhale again. And let's use Ujjayi breathing now, just a softness, softening your jaw. Good. Let your shoulders and arms relax. And then when you're ready, you could just start a very small nodding motion, just like up and down with the chin a little bit. Still staying with a big breath. And let me know if you're having trouble finding the spot or if you have any questions, okay? Good. Keep your breath going, softening through your jaw. And then as you're ready, come back to center, and it's like you're turning your head side to side, like you're saying no. But as you do that, go slowly, because what you can do is balance on one of the balls. So, like, you go to the right and your head is just on the right ball. And again, you can do this on a block as well. I mean, without the balls, just a little different. You can even use your hands. And when you go to one side, you might even nod slightly when you go to that side. So you turn to the right and then nod the chin. Notice any tight spots. Try to soften your jaw. Good, you guys. And now let's take away the balls and just put your head on the block for a moment. Just pausing. Taking an umbrella breath in and out. Good. Now we're going to take the balls out of their little bag. Remove your block, but keep it at your side. Now, if you don't have balls for this one at home, you just won't be getting the upper back massage, but you can still do bridge pose with us and still do the arm movements, okay? So where we're gonna place them now, you guys, and I'll walk around in a moment, just I'm gonna show the people at home first, is on your upper trapezius muscles and some other stuff in here on either side. So it is almost like they're going to peak when you're lying down. It's like they're peeking out the top almost. You see, not any bone, but on those big muscles, you usually want someone to like rub for you, most likely. You'll want a little space overhead, you guys. Sorry. So you just want to scoot away from the wall. You want to be able to take your arms overhead. And you will start with putting them there. Now they're going to feel like they could just pop right out the top and fly out, right? That's how far up. Knees are bent. And we'll start by just inhaling and taking the arms up and overhead toward the floor above you. And exhaling and bringing them back down. Now keep going, but say you're really tight in here and this is just excruciating. You can do this at the wall. So you could take, and it doesn't have to be excruciating, just too intense for you today. You would just take your balls to the wall and do the same movement. Okay. You just put, and it'll be a lot less pressure that way. If it doesn't feel like it's in the right spot for you, just fix it. Okay. So if it doesn't feel like it's getting into these tight muscles in here, just move those balls with your hands, get them into a better spot for you. Okay. There's no right or wrong. Okay. Now, the next time you bring the arms down, the next thing you could try, okay, these are all options, is to lift up the hips. And then you could set your block underneath your sacrum on any height. I've got mine on the medium height, but it could be the low height. And then we'll do this. First, we'll just rock with the feet. So just press into the feet. And if you're against the wall, you're just kind of rocking so the balls are going up and down vertically a little bit. And it's kind of softening up there. You got my idea here with the vertical, you guys. It's kind of like, yeah, like that. Good. And then, yes, and then you can do the arms up and overhead for sure. You can even, like Heather's lifting her butt off of the block. So if you want more tension, you might have to lift your hips up and off the block and get on there. The key is you don't want it too intense, right? You want to be able to breathe. Otherwise, you're going to start clenching in all these other spots. And another thing you can do here is, ooh, That feels really good too. I just took mine closer to the spine, but we could stay here all day doing this stuff. That feels really good. I just kind of moved the balls a little bit closer to my spine rather than being so far out. And man, am I tight in there. Okay. You could do seaweed arms where they're up toward the ceiling and they're floating side to side. Good. And then as you're ready, we're going to start to come out. Okay. So you could take the balls out first and then lower the hips down to the floor. Bringing your knees in towards your belly. We're just going to curl up into a little ball and then start rocking yourself until you face the side. So you guys that are on the sides of the room in here, you'll probably want to have your feet toward me, right? So your mat, the long sides of your mat are on your right and left. And Alicia, you might want to face the door you came in. Good. And then you'll come down onto your back. If you feel like you want head and neck support here, you can take your blanket below your head and neck. We're going to inhale and exhale, lift both feet off the floor. Knees are bent at about a 90-degree angle, and I'm going to take my block between my knees. Okay. Now inhale and exhale. Can you draw your mid back down to the floor so your core turns on? Good. And inhale, can you reach your arms out to a T from your shoulders? And I'll come around in a moment in the room. Good. Exhale, can you draw your ribs down so your core turns on and move the knees a little bit away? Good. Now inhale, can you take your knees down toward the right, maybe all the way to the floor? Good. Keeping the left shoulder near the floor. It might come off though. Good. And exhale, can you close the book? So take your left arm across your body. Your right hip's on the floor. Yes. And your hands touch. Good. Inhale, can you open the book? So let your head roll. Take that left arm over to the left. Now exhale, begin the exhale. Then engage the core, lift the knees up to the center. Just continue. So we're just going to let the breath flow. It doesn't need to be specific. Take the knees all the way down to the left, keeping the book open. And then as you breathe, it doesn't matter, inhale or exhale, close the book. Take the next breath to open the book. Now we use an exhale here, so I guess it does matter. Begin your exhale, engage your core, bring knees up to center and over to the other side. Good. We'll inhale to close the book. Open the book. You could use the same exhale to lift the knees if you have a long exhale or wait for it. Bring them over to the other side. Good. Keep going. The only thing with the breath is to use an exhale to lift the knees off the floor. And try to really feel the core engage to make that lift happen. Let me know if you have any questions, you guys. Good. Now, next time that you come down to one side, or let's pick the right side. Next time you come down to the right side, you're going to stay there, but straighten the bottom leg out and put the top knee on the block on the floor. So bottom leg straight, top leg on the block on the floor. Okay. Bottom hand, so right hand holds knee. Yeah. Top hand comes behind head. So bottom hand holds knee, Celia, opposite. Yeah, top hand, right. So left hand behind head. Now inhale, can you start to bring your left elbow toward the floor on the left? Exhale, can you lift up the head a little bit as you round and take your left elbow toward the floor on your right? And then inhale, placing the head back down, nose faces ceiling as elbow tries to get over to the left, and repeat, okay? Just trying to keep that knee down and feel into the upper back, the shoulder. Yeah, working that left elbow just toward the floor. It might not get anywhere near it. Yeah, that's it. Just one more of those. And now to come out of this, we'll just slowly bend both knees and roll over. So we'll keep our same orientation with the mat this weird way. And we'll just come onto the left, placing the right knee on the block. The left leg is straight. Bottom hand, so that's the left hand, is on your knee. Right hand is behind your head. Inhale, twisting, opening up that right elbow toward the floor. Exhale, you can lift the head up if you'd like. Round the upper back as you bring the right elbow toward the floor on the left. And repeat. Try to keep your jaw relaxed, your neck relaxed, and breathe. Yeah. Just notice if this side feels any different than the first side. Good. Now the next time you open up, we're just going to come onto your back. So you can set your block away from you and make sure you have clear space on your left and your right. We're going to inhale and take the legs up toward the ceiling. Spread the arms to a T. Good. Exhale, stay there. Inhale, let's open up the legs in a V. Good. Now, as you exhale, we're going to start to bring the right leg down to the floor on the right. And then the left leg will slowly join it, keeping the left arm out to the side. Good. Inhale there. Now, as you exhale, lift the left leg, but keep the right leg on the floor as long as you can until it has to come up and get you to roll all the way down. Left leg lands, right leg slowly joins it. Good. So the only breath thing is, can you use the exhale to initiate the leg lifting? And then feel where your limit is before you have to lift the bottom leg up. Right leg goes down first. Good, you guys. Another one to the left, and then we're going to change it just slightly. So the next time you go to the right, the only change we're making is that we're going to close the book. So the leg comes down, you pause in the twist, and then the left arm comes across to meet the right. Then you open the book. And you initiate with an exhale to lift the top leg. Slowly roll. Good. How's it going? Yeah, so you just pause in the twist and then you close, right? Feeling that opening. Good. Yeah, nice, everybody. Okay, now that we're on the right, okay, let's pause. What we're going to do is we're going to change our legs again. Okay, so we're going to bend our knees first. And now I'm going to straighten out that bottom leg, just like we did before, but this time you're going to let your left shoulder come off the floor so that your right knee can be bent, and take your right, or your top knee, sorry, your left knee to the floor. Your right leg is straight, your left knee is on the floor, your left shoulder is off the floor. Yeah, just because it's hard to keep it down, okay? So we're gonna slowly turn over onto your belly in half frog. So you just start to turn over. I know you guys are facing away from me in the room. I'm coming up into Sphinx pose. So I've got my left knee out to the side in half frog, and I'm propped up on my elbows. Yeah, you got it. And then you can orient yourself. Yeah, you guys all look oriented, but you're just here, right? And you're gonna press into your left inner knee. Just press it into the floor, and really maybe try to engage this right leg strongly, reaching the toes back. Good. This feeling wherever you're getting a stretch there. Good. Inhale again. Good. And then as you exhale to come out of this, we're going to come back onto our back. So we're going to lift the left elbow a little bit. And we're going to thread the right arm underneath the arm. Start to come onto your right shoulder and then onto your back. Opening up the left arm. And just roll onto the back and switch the legs. So the left leg will straighten. Exhale as you bring the right knee across your body to the floor. Let the right hip come off. Start to roll all the way over onto your belly, coming into your Sphinx half frog. It's your right knee's out to the side. And then just orient yourself. If you feel a little crooked, move that left leg straight back from the left hip. And press the right inner knee into the floor. And reach back strongly through the left leg. Engage the quad, point the toes if you can. And inhale, use your elbows to bring your chest forward. Good. Exhale, relax your neck. And inhale. Now this time, we're going to exhale and just come down onto our forehead. You can pat it with your hands and then straighten out both legs behind you. And inhale, bend the knees. And exhale, windshield wiper the knees or the lower legs side to side. You can always prop your chin instead of your forehead. Notice how that feels. Okay, we're going to do the prone pec stretch switches, which we've done recently. And what this is, and I'll come around the room so you guys can see me, but basically what you're going to do is bring your legs back down to the floor. And you're going to take your hands and place them like you're going to do a push-up, tucking your chin so your forehead's on the floor. Take the arms wide, even though they're bent. Yeah, they're bent like a push-up. And then you're going to take your right arm straight out to the right. Good, palm down. And now I'm going to push into my left hand, bend my left knee so I come onto my right side, stretching the front of the right shoulder and arm. You take my left foot to the floor behind. Yeah, good. Yeah, you got it, Celia. Take a peek at Heather. Yeah. And then from here, tuck your chin and go to the other side. So you just switch the orientation of the arms and go side to side. So you've got to have your chin tucked under to be able to do this, rolling side to side. The leg might not come all the way over. You can decide how far you want to bring it. And keep breathing. Your breath is just flowing here. No specific time to breathe. Noticing, just where you're tight. Is it across the bicep? Is it across the front of the shoulder? So Celia, this arm, you want straight out to the side. Oh, okay, yeah. And you can have it, you might have it straight out like Penny's got here, or it might need to be lower. Yeah, and if you want to linger on one side, of course you can do that. You can hang out on one side or the other. Just be sure that your neck feels okay and how you are. Like, do you need to tuck the chin a little bit? Head. And then after you've done your next one, just come back to center. Both hands in the push-up type position. We're going to bend the knees. Now we're going to press into the left hand to windshield wiper the knees or the feet down to the right. And I'm going to keep pushing into my side seat. So I lift up and twist around. This one's so hard to explain with words, but it looks like you guys got it. Okay, so you're going to exhale and slowly lower yourself down with control, and then press more into the right arm and then the left. Sit up and twist around to your right. And continue side to side a few times. Yeah, you guys, you got it. You can look around or twist, however you want to do it here. Now, the next time you come up, doesn't matter which side, we're going to stay up. You can come onto your hands and knees and face the normal way on your mat. You can pad your knees if you'd like. Spread your fingers wide. Good. Just a couple of cats and cows, your own breath and timing. Noticing how all parts of your spine feel, your shoulders feel. And now the next time you come to the tail up position, let's exhale and bring your right leg straight out to the side on the floor. Okay, now I've got my toes pointing forward if you can. And I'm going to press strongly into that foot. So you feel your inner thigh muscles turn on. And then inhale, can you tilt your tail up more? Yeah. And then exhale, keep pressing into the foot as you start to sit back toward that back heel. I've got my toes tucked under on the back heel, back foot. And then inhale back up. And that's it. You could even be on forearms if your wrists are bothering you. Just be up on your forearms for this. Just working on the inner thigh, but also strengthening it as you stretch. So really creating that resistance there. And you're working on trying to keep your tail up, right? So as you go back, you're keeping the stretch if you can. Good. Good. Now, next time you come up, can you exhale as you come all the way up on the knee? So you're standing up on your knee now. Yes. And then inhale, take your left arm up, stretch it way up. And exhale, lean down to the right leg. Good. Inhale there. And then exhale, rising back up. Can you put your hand on the floor? You could also put it on a block, right? Just see what feels more stable. And it'd be lifting this right leg. So before you do, can you roll the left upper arm bone back? If you need to be on a fist, you could, okay? And then exhale, right hand to hip. Can you lift your right leg off the floor? So first, just see if that's okay, all right? And that might be where you stay today. And bring the back of your head in line with your upper back. Good. Now, some of you might want to move this leg. So you can inhale, take the leg behind your back. Good. Exhale, very slowly, bring it back through center. And maybe you can bring the hip towards flexion, bring the foot forward. Good. And then inhale back. Now, an option for this, if you can slide on your floor, is to do this with the leg on the floor, right? So you could be sliding it forward and back too. Yeah. Good. Good, you guys. Next time you come through the center, let's bring that foot back down to the floor if it's not already, and take your right hand behind your head. Now we're going to inhale and open up the chest toward the ceiling, or feel like you're about to. And then exhale, can you round the spine, bring the elbow down toward your left thumb. And then inhale, open back up. Again, you can be on a fist if your wrist is bothering you. Good, 2 more of those. Opening up, really nice, you guys, and closing. Noticing your jaw. And think the back of your head is cradling the back of your skull. Just let it rest there. Good. And after your next one, after you open up, we're just going to exhale, turn back toward the floor. So walk your hands back around, bring the leg in. Inhale, tilt the tail up. Exhale, take the left leg out to the left. And inhale, pressing down through that foot into the floor, feeling the adductors turn on. And exhale, start to sit back toward the heel as you do that. Good. Good, you guys. Now the trick here is to try to keep your tail tilted up as you sit back. You might not go all the way back and be able to do that. Keep breathing here. Oh my goodness. Okay, next time you come up, we're gonna stand up on that knee. I will get this. Good, and then inhale, reaching your right arm up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, lean toward that straight leg. So you're all the way up on your leg, Julie. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, good. And then inhale, stay there. Good. And then exhale, rise back up. Good. Now we're gonna bring that right arm down to the floor. You could be on your fist, you could pat it, do what you need to. Inhale, roll that right shoulder back. Good. And exhale, can you lift the leg off the floor? Now you could just stay here and work this, holding the pose and breathing, right? You don't have to move. Let's bring the back of your head in line with your upper back. And then as you're ready, if you want to move, you're inhaling, taking the leg back behind you. And exhaling, bringing it forward. You can also choose to move, but keep the foot on the floor, right? And repeat. Notice if you're getting tight in your neck or your jaw. Good. Now, as you go back, let's avoid back bending, right? So if you find that you're really popping your chest forward when you go back, draw the ribs in. We're just using hip extension. Good. All right, when you come through the center, let's bring the foot down to the floor and take your hand behind your skull. And inhale, open up the chest and elbow like you're trying to turn your chest toward the ceiling. And then exhale, let the upper back round like you're going to bring the elbow toward your right thumb. And repeat. We're just working a lot today on this spinal rotation in different positions. At least in the beginning part. And we'll be opening up a lot of other areas as well. Good. Now, the next time you open up, well, pause there and then exhale, release. So you can start to bring your leg back in as you turn back to the side, back to the front, and we'll meet in downward dog. Let your neck hang if you can. Move around however you'd like to. Reaching your fingertips forward as you also send your hips back. Good, and let's come back into a rhythmic breath if you've lost it at all. So breathing in maybe for a count of 4 or 5, and out either the same or longer on your exhale. Good. Now, could you walk the feet either to touch or just close? And what we're going to do is squatty dog. So what we'll do, if you remember this one, it's like you open up the knees. You could even put them on the floor if you prefer, like this, okay? So my knees are wide and the big toe mounds are together. And then I'm going to exhale and snap my legs together into plank. Yeah, so you have to send your chest forward to be able to get there. And then you inhale, squat, butt toward heels, knees can hover or come down, and exhale, snap them together and keep going. Okay, so yeah, you can, it's easier to put the knees on the floor. So if you need it to be a little less intense, just put the knees down, and it's harder to hover them. Okay, so up to you. Regardless of whether you're putting the knees down or not, could you snap the inner thighs together? Like really make it a strong motion, like an explosive motion, almost like you're lifting a weight. All right, and last one, let's put the knees down on the floor and just pause in puppy dog pose, reaching the arms forward, letting the head come down between the arms, inhaling and exhaling. Good, and again, inhaling and exhale. And let's inhale, rise up again. Good. And we're gonna bring the elbows down to the floor, right below your shoulders. And then let's protract the shoulder blades, so just widen them. Good, and then as you exhale, could you keep everything where it is, but just lift the elbows about an inch off the floor? And feel like you're squeezing a beach ball between your elbows. So you're trying to keep them, and feel that strength you got going on there. Inhale and exhale. Good, okay, put those back down. And now, can you keep those shoulder engagement? Inhale, and then exhale, could you hover the knees just an inch or two off the floor? And see how that goes. Let your neck just be in neutral, you're breathing. Hips are high, like untucked, I mean. Good, and then bring them down. Good. Now you can try each of those again, or you can try both at one time. Okay, it's up to you. So you can just try the elbows again and then take a pause and try the knees again, or you can try to do them both on your exhale, hovering. Just remember, when you're doing the elbows, you're squeezing that beach ball, you're breathing. Julie, if you walk your knees forward a bit, good, and then take your break and do it again, either both or one or the other. Yeah, there you go. Maybe even another step in. Yes. Good. So after your second go of it, you can come back into down dog again or puppy dog pose and take a few sighs. Just let your neck, if you're in down dog, kind of shake it out. If you're in puppy dog, you might let your forehead roll on the floor a little bit. Good. Come back to the rhythmic breath. Feel the length of your body right now, the length of your spine, the length of the back of your legs, even if they feel tight. And then let's slowly walk your feet up towards your hands, coming into just a brief forward fold here. And then let's inhale and reach the chest forward with the bent knees to rise all the way up. And exhale, arms out to the sides and down. Good. And we're going to inhale, reach those arms up again. And get a hold of your left wrist with your right hands if you can. Yeah, that's it. And then lean, stretch up, and then lean over to the right. And then inhale back up. And now left hand grabs a hold of right wrist, stretch it up, and then a lean to the left. And then inhale back up. Release and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extending spine forward. And exhale, softening the knees, placing hands, stepping to plank. And inhale, you could always be in knee down plank. Exhale, now let's drop the knees, slowly lower. Inhale, any kind of Sphinx or Cobra pose with the shoulder blades away from the ears. Good. Exhale, stretch your chest forward as you come down. Inhale, place the hands wide like a push-up. Exhale, roll the shoulder heads back. Draw your ribs in first and see if you can press up to knees. You could just go here, right? Yeah, that's it. And then inhale here and exhale. Can you lower, keeping the shoulders from dipping down to the floor? Good. And then try it again. So you can be coming to knees or you can be coming to push up with knees off the floor. Just think ribs in first. Yes. And then try one more. Looking good, you guys. I just want to see it one time. Yeah. Come and harass you just a little bit. Just draw these in first. Yes, no. Yeah, I know it's hard. And then if you know it's hard, you guys, because it's a core push-up. After the next one, you can take a break, okay? So, and you might just watch me for a second. So when you're coming up, this is going to happen. This is just because of lack of strength, right? Like you get to here and you're like, I can't do that, right? This is what you're looking for. Whoops, I just did my shoulders up, but shoulders down, right? Right? But you might be going here. Okay? You don't want to go into your low back. So you might just try to suck the belly in, not with pressure, but with engagement. And the same goes true if you have your knees off the floor. The other thing is this, you don't want to end up here. Right? So I've just done it with my shoulders up because that's going to make tightness. Let's try one more. Shoulder blades integrated down the back. Exhale, draw ribs in, engage glutes. Press up. Back to down dog or child's pose. 3 breaths. And then slowly walk your feet up towards your hands, or if you're in your child's pose, just meet us there. Hands above knees as you inhale, reach your spine forward. Exhale, bend the knees like you're sitting in a chair this time. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms out and down. Good. We're going to step right leg forward, left leg back to a short crescent lunge. So feet are hips distance and back heel is lifted. You could always go by a wall if you need it. Okay. Now from here, can everybody put your hands on your hips? Inhale, scoot that right hip back. Good. Bend the right knee. That's it. And now exhale, we're going to keep the right hand down and reach the left arm up. Good. Inhale, can you bend the back knee if you're not already and draw the tail forward a little more? Good. Now exhale, I'm going to shift my right hip back and leave it there as I hinge at the hip, reaching forward. Keep chest lifted. Keep chest higher. Good. And then inhale, I'm going to lift back up, maybe lean back a little bit, engage left glute. Exhale, scoot right hip back, lean forward. Good. Inhale, rising up. Good. One more time. As you come down, don't go low. Yeah, you're staying high, like way up here, Alicia. See this? Yeah. And then, good. And the reason for that is all you're trying to do is get the hip hinge and the right hip engaged. You're not trying to go all low and get into here. Kind of keep that focus. Okay, now the next time you come up, we're switching hands. So right hand up, just a different focus, okay? So as you go forward, you feel what's going on that left hip. And then as you inhale, lift, feel that left hip extend more as you come up. Just 2 of these. Exhale, keep scooting right hip back. Good, you guys. And then inhale, lift and open. Yeah, good. And then after you've done your second one, just bring your arm down, step forward, pause, noticing side to side. And then eyes open, right leg back, short crescent lunge, back knee bends. Inhale, and scoot that left hip back. Exhale. Inhale, reach right arm up. Now exhale, gonna lead with the chest as you come forward. And inhale, keep scooting that left hip back as you rise and lean back maybe. Good. Exhale, hinging at the hip. Good. Inhale, rise. Keep bending that back knee a little bit so you can really feel the hip working, feel the thigh working, and opening up the front. And now next time you come up, you can switch hands. Just 2 of these. Scoot your left hip back, engage your right glute. Exhale as you lean, and inhale as you rise, feeling that hip extension through that back leg. Good. After that second one, exhale, step forward, widen the feet, just a swing in and twist, letting it go. Right. And then stepping to the front of your mat, feet hips distance. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, we're gonna step left leg back, crescent lunge, goalpost arms or cactus arms. Yeah. Good. So same orientation with the legs. You're going to scoot that right hip back. You really are going to feel your right hip working. And then inhale, can you roll the shoulder blades down your back and lift the chest? Engage your back glute. Good. 2 more breaths. Good. And then from here, just going to open up to your left in warrior 2. And just adjust your feet. Then let the left arm come down to the back leg. And inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, bend the elbow so the hand comes behind the head or neck or upper back. And then inhale, take your left hand up to grab the elbow. And instead of pushing it down, we're going to try to push it out to the right. Push the elbow, but don't let it go with your left hand. So it's like you're holding it there as you push out. Good. Now inhale, reach that right elbow up toward the ceiling. And exhale, let yourself lean a little bit to the left if it feels okay. But keep pushing elbow into hand, hand into elbow. Good. Keep breathing. Good. And now exhale, slowly release the arms, rising up, straightening the leg a little bit, but not all the way. Inhale, shift your hips to the left, hands on hips, like triangle pose. Yeah, to the left. There you go. And keep a little bend in the knee in this triangle pose. Let your right arm come down to the leg. Good. And let's take the left arm and wrap it behind the back. Good. Inhaling, rolling right upper arm bone back, and exhaling, rolling left chest open. Yeah, that's it. You might feel like you need to adjust the legs, so please feel free to do that any way you want to, meaning wider, or the left or right leg might want to move forward. Good. A little bend in the legs so you can feel those leg muscles working. And then how's your neck doing? Like, do you want to look in a different spot? Let's see how your neck feels. Good. 1 more breath there. And now let's exhale, bend that right knee and place the right forearm on the thigh. Let's release the left arm from behind your back and reach it in any direction. It might want to go over the ear. It might want to do circles or move around. Let's explore there. Good. Are you guys as sweaty as me? Okay, I've got the air on. It's hot. I'm not usually that hot. Okay, I'll turn it up. And now on your next exhale, just a little break in the focus there. Exhale, look at your front foot and press into that front heel, rise up. We're gonna turn toward the front of your mat and step forward. Yeah. Notice the two sides of your body, shake it out if you want. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, right leg crescent lunge. Inhale, bend the back knee, goalpost arms, just 2 breaths here, okay? Engaging that back glute, lifting your chest. One more breath. Good, and now opening up to the side like warrior 2. So adjust your feet now, however it feels best to you, most natural for you. Kick that back heel back. Inhale, drop the back arm, lift the left arm up. Exhale, bend the elbow, place the hand behind your head. And then inhale, take your right arm, hold the elbow. That's it. Press elbow into hand, hand into elbow. Nice. Bring your head back into the hand. Yes. And now from here, you can go into more of that reverse warrior type position if you want, where you're opening up the left side ribs. Feel your legs strong. 2 breaths. And one more. Good, and then just slowly release the arms, coming back to center, straightening the leg almost all the way. And then inhale, let the hips shift to the right, like coming into triangle pose. Left arm comes down onto the leg. Right hand, can you take it behind your back? And inhale, rolling the right side of your chest, like you're trying to roll it toward the ceiling. Bringing the back of your head in line with your upper back. Good, breathing. Yeah, and if you can always have that left leg bent more than a little, right? It could be bent more, especially if you're tight. Good, 2 more breaths. One more breath. And then bending that front knee more, placing forearm on thigh, releasing right arm and playing around with it. However you want to reach. Good, you guys. Now, on your next exhale, pressing down through that front left heel and just rising up. Head wiggling your feet a little closer, stepping to the front of your mat. And just noticing for a moment, feeling your feet on the floor. Inhale, stand tall. And exhale. Just notice if you created any more spaciousness in your body anywhere, or the opposite. Okay, just checking in. And then as you're ready, finding tree pose with the right leg lifted. Could be on your calf, your ankle, or your inner thigh. Could always come to back against wall too. Any arm position. Soft eyes. Notice if you're getting tight anywhere or clenching. And when you're ready, slowly bringing the knee forward and down if you can. Let's step in side to side and then coming into your opposite side tree. Focal point, soft eyes, soft jaw. Notice where your mind is. And when you're ready to come down, see if you could possibly move the knee forward first and then step. Step in side to side again. You could use balance support for the next one too if you want. Okay, what we're going to do is you'd want it on your left side for this, is we're just going to do a quad stretch. So a baby dancer is going to inhale, get your focal point and bring your right foot up. And if you can grab your foot, do. And if you can't, you might want a little strap around it. Good. Now, the first step here in this is you place your hand. If you're not using it for balance, you could put your hand like across your belly or your ribs, one of the two. I think belly would work better. We're trying to tuck the tail forward. Yes, just so you can feel that. And then could you bring your knees to line up next to one another and keep the tuck? Maybe, maybe not, right? Depends on how tight your quads are. Keep breathing. Good. Put a little kick into your hand too. Good. And then exhale, release. Shake it out. Wiggle it out. And then other side, soft eyes. Exhale, focal point, and then bring the foot up, strap her hand. Good. You can take your other hand if you're not using it for balance on your belly, just to feel that hip tuck. That's what that's for. Good. And then you might be able to line up your knees next to one another. And feel a little pressure into the hand. Good. Keep breathing. Good. And then release it. Just a little hula hoop of the hips. This next one, you could use balance support at your side. We're going to be moving. Okay, so you'd want it on the left first. And I'll show you. We're just going to have it here. We're going to be doing these little TikToks. So we'll start here and I'm going to try to come into a dancer type pose. No, not here, right? But a little lift here without holding the leg. And we're going to be going back and forth. Okay, I'll talk you through it though. Okay, remember it's always easier to balance on a less cushy surface. So you could always come to the wood floor too. Okay, so inhale, stand tall. Exhale, right leg comes up. Good. Inhale, yeah, you could take arms up. I like that. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, you're going to TikTok the knee back. It stays bent. You're going to try to lift the knee high, but square the hips to the floor. Chest stays high. And then come back. Did I lose my breath? You could do it either way. It could be inhale forward, exhale back, or vice versa. Just move with your breath. I find it's easier to bend the standing leg. You just have a little more control. Your center of gravity is a little lower. And you work the hip more, benefits. It strengthens the leg a little more. Yeah. Good, you guys. Awesome. One more. Good. And then stepping down. All right. Wiggle it out and let's try the other side. So we'll inhale. Let's reach the arms up. I like that. Exhale. Let's step the left leg up. Good. So let's inhale. We'll take it back, but you can do the breath however you want. And bring it forward. One breath per movement. You might get a hamstring cramp because you're really engaging that hamstring, hopefully, and you're trying to square the hips to the floor, which is why a bend in the standing leg can be helpful. Awesome, you guys. Now, can you do this on roller skates like Maya? Just kidding, I don't know if she can do it. Can you do it on skis like Alicia? In a snowboard like Heather? And I don't know about the rest of you, what you're special with your grandchildren. All right, you guys. On the golf course, of course. How could I forget? All right, and then coming down. All right, just a little comedy relief, shake it out. Okay, now we're gonna do a closed chain dancer. So we're just gonna hold the foot if you can reach it, but say you can't reach it. You know, it just doesn't work in your body. You just do the same thing, but without your hand, and we'll stay there, okay? If you guys are gonna try for the foot, everybody in the room had their foot, so I'm gonna talk it through like that. Okay, you could have the wall in front of you if you want the wall there, you know, like this. Yeah, right? Makes it a little easier. So we'll inhale, stand tall. Exhale, we're bringing right foot up first, I think. Doesn't really matter, okay? You can hold the inside of the foot if that works for your shoulder, or the outside, okay? And inhale, can you start to, and I keep my hand on my lower belly for this, engage the right glute. Can you start to lift the back knee up? Right, and then you might have to hip hinge a bit in order to keep lifting. Yeah, and then can you open the chest? Maybe square the hips. Good, keep breathing. Left arm can come forward for balance on the wall or the air. Good. One more breath. Keep kicking the leg into the foot. And then exhale, come on down. All right, shake it out a little bit. Nice. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, let's go right into the other side. So first the quad deal. Decide if you're going for instep or outer foot. Inhale, engage the glute in the lower belly. Exhale, start to kick the leg up and back into the hand. And reach the right arm forward. Yeah, you guys, nice. Keep turning the hip toward the floor if you can. Keep breathing. Some engagement in the belly. Good. And then as you're ready, slowly coming down. Okay, you can step away from the wall, little hula hoop, or swing and twist, whatever feels better. And then let's just stand at the front of your mat, eyes open or closed. Whatever works better for you to scan your body internally. How to relax through your jaw and your shoulders. Now let's breathe in for a count of 4 or 5. And out for a count of 5 or 6. It's your own counting, so it can be any speed. And if you use the Ujjayi breath, it just makes it a little easier to lengthen the breath. If that kind of breathing doesn't work for you, do it your own way. You can even go longer on the exhale if you want. And then as you're ready with eyes open, we'll inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, let's hinge and fold. Now you can bend the knees as much as you'd like. I'm widening mine a little bit and just taking a forward fold here. If this kind of forward fold doesn't feel good in your body, feel free to come down to the floor and do something different. Let your arms be in a way that allows your shoulders and neck to feel at ease. Good. And then slowly starting to bend the knees, widening the feet so you're coming into a squat. You can put your hands down at any time or even sit on a block. Okay. If you're able to go down, you could hang there for a moment. Either rounding, I really like to round in my body in this. I also like this, the lifted chest. So you could try either or both. And just 2 more breaths there. Even sit on blocks. And from there, we'll slowly come down. So if you're able to sit from here, you can do that. Or you can come back up and place a knee down. Let's take our legs wide. You could sit up on a blanket if you want, or even sit against the wall. You're gonna inhale, get as tall as you can. And then exhale. Some of you will get a good enough stretch just staying upright. And then others will want to hinge. Okay, so to see what works in your body, you could even take your blocks, if they're tall enough, and just rest your head on them. Let me know if you need me to bring anything in the room. Just letting your upper back relax and your jaw relax. As you inhale, can you feel your breath as though you're breathing into the back of your neck and your upper back? And as you exhale, letting go somewhere. And again. Do about 2 more really long breaths there. And then as you're ready, you can slowly start to lift yourself out. And use your hands if you want to bring your legs in and gonna come onto our back. And once you get onto your back, just giving your knees a hug. And then we'll let the left foot come to the floor with the knee bent. And just cross the right thigh over the left. So not a figure 4, but a thighs touching one. Yeah. Then inhale, arms out to a T. And exhale, let's press into the left foot to just move the hips over to the right a tiny bit. And then come into a twist, letting the knees come down to the left. You might find that propping the knees with a block feels better. And you can always uncross the legs if this isn't feeling good. Add a couple more breaths there. And now using your exhale to bring the knees back up to center. Inhale to stretch that leg up toward the ceiling. And then exhale to bring that foot down to the floor and cross the other way. Exhale as you come into the twist. And remember, you can always prop yourself in any way you'd like to. Just noticing how this side feels. Feeling the inhale opening up your rib cage. And the exhale just allowing some release somewhere. And now let's use our next exhale. Begin it first and then engage abdominals, come up to center. Uncross the legs, stretching it up. And then as you exhale, let's come into either a wide knees to chest or a happy baby pose. And feel free to rock your baby. Stay there for as long as you'd like. Or you can bring the knees back in for a squeeze. Slowly lowering one foot and then the other, and getting any props you might want to set up for Shavasana. You might like to have your legs over your blocks, just putting them behind the hamstrings or the knees. Might like your blanket. Just let me know if you need me to bring you anything or help you set up anything in here. And take in a sigh. So how much effort can you let go of right now? Can even let go of efforting in your mind and with your breath. You can just take a sigh and encourage everything just to be supported by the floor. Just be here a couple of minutes. And then as you're ready, just kind of checking in with where your mind is. You could place a hand on your body if you wanted to, belly or your chest, feeling that connection. Maybe bringing into your awareness your intention for how you want to feel in the rest of your day today. And imagine you could breathe that quality in to every cell in your body. And I'll end with the sound of Om. You can just stay where you are. You can move whenever you're ready. Just going to inhale and then I'll Om. Inhaling. Om. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you next time.